everyone. Today I'm starting a series of wow, and wow is words of wisdom. So we will meet every Wednesday with this, every episode, you can say, of words of wisdom. Here I will share with you speeches, thoughts, letters, quotations of all the famous personalities of the world one by one. To know about them will definitely widen our knowledge and can also bring a change in our way of thinking. So let's get inspired. As Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary is on 12th of January, so I'm here to share about his famous speech at the Parliament of World's Religion in Chicago. This speech is tremendous, a memorable speech, few words, few lines that he has used really touched my heart, and I wanted to share with each one of you, you being my family members now. We are an extended family now. In Chicago, there was this Parliament of World's Religion where the difference between all the religions, the dispute, between these religions and all was discussed. So Professor John Wright met Swami Vivekananda in Boston, and it was he who insisted Vivekananda to represent Hinduism at the Parliament of World's Religion. This was years back in 1893. Professor John Wright, as I mentioned, who insisted Swami Vivekananda to represent Hinduism, was a professor of Harvard University. So there were a series of these sessions, and Vivekananda ji participated in all these series in 1893, started I think on the 11th of September and continued till 27th September 1893. I'm here to discuss about the memorable speech that he gave on the final day, that is on 27th September 1893. But before this, I should at least tell you in all the sessions, in just one or two lines, I'll just let you know, in all the sessions, what did Swami Vivekananda put forth? When the world's delegates were sitting over there in America, what all he spoke in every session regarding religion and Hinduism. We should know at least one or two lines of each session, and then I will read this speech. I have the speech for you. You just need to read and, take it in. So well he spoke, and it would be really nice if, you are to write your speeches or your articles, whatever, you get to write. And if you put a few lines from his way of thinking from his speeches, it will definitely add color to your work. So in the first session of the World's Parliament of Religions that was held in September in Chicago, I think it was the 11th of September, in the first session, he talked about India and her diverse religions and tolerance and universal acceptance, because ours is a country where we have a diversity, and in that diversity, we are all united. So he talked about that. In the second session, he talked about the reason of disagreement between two religions. In the third session, he gave a short introduction of Hinduism because he was actually representing Hinduism. In the fourth session, he said that religion was not that was most important or the need of the hour in India at that time, because poverty was to be focused on more. In the fifth session, he talked about Buddhism related to Hinduism, and he said that Hinduism cannot live without Buddhism, nor Buddhism without Hinduism. Both are correlated and go together. And in the sixth and the final session, he used such words that has really moved my heart. And, his words has made me, to think on my thinking cap, to put on my thinking cap and then look at the world and try to bring about a little change. So let us start with his address at the final session in Chicago on the 27th of September, 1893. So this was his speech. I'm reading out his speech to you. So he said, "The world's parliament of religions has become an accomplished fact, and the merciful Father has helped those who labored to bring it into existence and crowned with success their most unselfish labor. My thanks to those noble souls whose large hearts and love of truth first dreamed this wonderful dream and then realized it. My thanks to the shower of liberal sentiments that has overflowed this platform. My thanks to this enlightened audience for their uniform kindness to me, for their appreciation of every thought that tends to smooth the friction of religions. A few jarring notes were heard from time to time in this harmony. My special thanks to them, for they have, by their striking contrast, made general harmony sweeter. Much has been said of the common ground of religious unity. I am not going just now to venture my own theory, but if anyone here hopes that this unity will come by the triumph of any one of the religions and destruction of the others, to him I say, brother, yours is an impossible hope. Do I wish that the Christian would become a Hindu? God forbid. Do I wish that the Hindu or Buddhist would become Christian? God forbid. The seed is put in the ground, and earth and air and water are placed around it. Does the seed become the earth, or the air, or the water? No, it becomes a plant. It develops after the law of its own growth, assimilates the air, the earth, the water, converts them into plant substance, and grows into a plant. Similar is the case with religion. The Christian is not to become a Hindu or a Buddhist, nor a Hindu or a Buddhist to become a Christian, but each must assimilate the spirit of the others and yet preserve his individuality and grow according to his own law of growth. If the Parliament of Religions has shown anything to the world, it is this. It has proved to the world that holiness, purity, charity are not the exclusive possessions of any church in the world, and that every system has produced men and women of most exalted character. In the face of this evidence, if anybody dreams of the exclusive survival of his own religion and the destruction of the others, I pity him from the bottom of my heart and point out to him that upon the banner of every religion will soon be written in spite of resistance, help and not fight, assimilation and not destruction, harmony and peace and not dissension. Such a powerful speech. This is by Swami Vivekanand. This is a picture of this session, Chicago, 1893 in USA. Many delegates from all over the world had participated in this to discuss on this important topic of religion. Here are few thoughts, he has a lot, many thousands of thoughts for you, and each one of them will definitely change the way of thinking of each one of us. I am here only with 4 of them. Please do read all his thoughts. It will really change the way we think. Let's see one by one what he said in these. We want education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. So we all need to strengthen our minds, to widen our knowledge. So well he writes. See the next one. Talk to yourself at least once in a day. Otherwise, you may miss meeting an excellent person in this world. Always try to represent yourself as happy. Initially, it becomes your look. Gradually, it becomes your habit. And finally, it becomes your personality. So what come may, how much ever you must be stressed or in a bad mood, always represent yourself to be a happy person. This will make your personality one day a happy one. Believe in yourself and the world will be at your feet. So well he writes. This will really change our ways. Here's another picture of him speaking there in Chicago. Last one thought. All power is within you. You can do it, do anything and everything. This was with the memorable speech of Swami Vivekanand ji. I'll come next Wednesday with some other global personality and his speech, his thoughts, his way of thinking. Till then, goodbye. Please subscribe my channel. Please recommend my channel to all your family and friends, because here we are not only covering the syllabus of the CBSE or ICSE or any other syllabus of the books. We are here to widen our knowledge, to strengthen our mind, and to build our personality into a better person. Please subscribe, press the bell icon. We'll meet next Wednesday with some other personalities, words of wisdom. Bye-bye.